behavior, entrepreneurship, SMEs, development, tourism development, human resource management, and organizational behavior in various countries. Sharing his literary interest, he has written 80 short case studies in various countries, 180 international and international reviewed journal publications, presented more than 76 papers in international and national conferences. Adding to his academic credentials, he has 2 patents, 4 patent publications, 6 copyrights, written 9 books in business management, including 4 case study books and 3 monographs. He's an editor and editorial member of several international high-impact journals. He has educated faculty members, research scholars, corporate executives from 25 countries and engaged into research and development and consultancy at national and international level. He's having an experience of more than 8 years in the industry. He has contributed substantially to the academic and corporate services and committed his life and is doing very great in the academics, research, and corporate development. So, welcoming Professor Dileep Kumar for today's session on startup and growth strategies to build it very quick. ISO. So if you can unmute yourself.
Right. Good morning to one and all. I
Good
hope
morning,
the
sir.
voice is very clear.
Yes.
Camille
Yes.
also, right.
Yeah, it's absolutely
if any hiccup comes up, just inform me because it's very far. All right. Thanks to IIT ISM and thanks to the organizer. I think I see something. All right. That is the organizer exactly connected to VB, connected to Camellia. So this is exactly with which I am with you. Thanks for inviting me. Not wasting too much of time because the content is so heavy to you. So it will be a journey through the full entrepreneurship and startup. So the people who are planning for a startup and the people who are already engaged into the startup process, they have to really look into these activities, which I'm going to share with you. All right. So here, coming to the picture, I just want to see Rishabh. It is coming, right? PPTs are very clear, right?
Yeah, it's
absolutely fine. So let me start with this topic, which are clearly connected to the effort of the organizer, that is startup and growth strategies to build business very quickly. But as usual, the challenges are so heavy, but still, this is the life of an entrepreneur. So we have to clearly look into these aspects one by one.
Okay.
Can you hear everything okay?
Yeah, it's all fine from your end.
Yes, sir. It's all fine.
All right, absolutely fine. Some voice was coming at once.
So we would be requesting everyone if they can mute themselves. It will be a seamless session for everyone.
Right, thank you. One participant, Rani, she is talking. She can mute herself.
Please mute yourself.
Rani,
Otherwise, it will be
Rani
difficult
Praman.
for sir to speak.
Thank you. So let me start this short session on this startup and growth strategies. Okay, let us have a little bit idea about what all these startup about. It is talking to you about a company or an organization or a business or any kind of entity which is in the initial stages of business. And the founders normally finance their startups. I'm getting series of disturbance. All right. Yeah. Somebody is driving and listening, so they can mute their microphone. All right. So the founders normally finance their startups and may attempt to attract outside investment, even venture capitalists or different investors options, incubators options, and likewise they try to fund it through. And it can be through family, it can be through friends, it can be through crowdfunding, or it can be through any options with which it is moving on. So a startup basically is connected to any new venture or in the initial stages of the business. That's the way we are exactly looking upon. So the funding can come from any point, any side. Exactly, it can be from VCs, it can be from crowdfunding, or the host is muting me continuously. All right, so this is the way exactly it is moving on, the startup process and likewise. So when you look into the criteria of Indian startup economy and likewise, a lot has come up. Indian startup economy specifically has come across around 100th one. And when you look upon the total unicorns, we call it as unicorns, which has come up, and likewise that is already reached around 101 exactly. Means what do you mean by this unicorn club? Unicorn means that a startup company which has cleared 1 billion. So when you look upon unicorns, India already cleared around what you would say 100 unicorns in the last couple of years exactly. So if you look upon the big companies over here, and likewise you can see like many 2015 2020, and likewise you can see only this many startups which has occurred. That means which has established their small business firms and likewise, but it has moved towards to the unicorn status. But when you look upon 2021 2022, it has already cleared 101. Means that every company with startup already has crossed around 1 billion every year. It is moving up like that. So when you look upon these, the founders among the 500 US unicorns where India born, and likewise when you look upon that, you can see that almost 90 unicorns you can see. Even the other countries, it's not catching up properly. So you can see over here the variations, what you would say, connected with the ecosystem connected with the different countries, and it is supporting to build up the entrepreneurs. So the best still it is moving towards as India. Even the China is not that too much nearby, but still Israel, Canada, UK, and likewise. And when you consider these 500 unicorns, and likewise India turned to be the topmost exactly. So when you connect with all these unicorns, you can see that it has crossed across 100 unicorns. So India's growing startup ecosystem, when you look upon that, it can connect it with several sectors exactly. It can be insurance, it can be software, it can be infrastructure, it can be banking, social commerce, fintech, any sectors which they can penetrate into easily. They are into that particular what you would say sectors their opportunities have found out. So when you look upon one thing, you need to understand this way. Not all startups are alike. Bringing a new product into an existing market, bringing a new product into a new market, bringing a new product into an existing market, but trying to re-segment that market as a low-cost entrant. Already existing competitors, so you have to act as a low-cost entrant over there. But at the other time, bringing a new product into an existing market and trying to re-segment that market as niche one. So you look at, you cannot approach the same market in the same way. You have to look at the different probabilities as an entrepreneur, as a startup guy, or as an a person who is looking upon the opportunities, and likewise. Existing market will be the same product, new market, existing market, but re-segmentations with a low-cost entrant. But existing market, re-segment that market as a niche entrant. So varied market is one of the characteristic feature these, what you would say, startup people have to look into. So if you look upon what determine a market, a startup market, this is the next question we need to ask about. What exactly, what are the factors determined by this startup market? Any business have to look upon certain common parameters, and that parameters with which we have to move on. So first one is the market. You need to look at, that's what I'm exactly mentioned about different types of market here. And we have to look into the product which we are exactly floating down. We have to look at the customers. The most important thing is how you identify the customers for your product in the market. At the same time, how you identify your first customer, how you identify your ideal customer. This is one of the aspects you need to look into. Then the solutions, always an entrepreneur or a startup person has to look into the solution, the solution you are exactly giving, the values exactly created on the product. So the market acceptance, when you look upon that, it depends upon the value creation, how much value you can exceed with the competitors, and how much solution which other competitors are not providing that you are exactly providing, or that you can satisfy in comparison with other competitive product customers, and likewise, how you can satisfy those customers in a different way. So the product value, product solution, product-based customers, and it's all existing in a single market, and that market has a different feature exactly. And when you have to build up a business model, you have to look upon all these factors. You have to, in that business, when you have to pitch an idea, when you have to make a pitch deck, you have to look upon these aspects: market, the product, the solution, the value, and customer. This determine the strategy. Any business has to grow. They have to look upon these 5 elements closely. And that is exactly to be what you would say floated into a business model. And that should be precipitated into the business plan. There exactly lies the success. So when you look upon this market understanding, you also have to look at in this way as an entrepreneur, how I can make a startup. So where you have to distinguish between an idea and an opportunity. You have to understand one thing, that an idea is not an opportunity necessarily. Sometime it will be, but an idea is something else. An idea is not an opportunity. This is the one thing we'd like to talk about closely. But here we need to understand that what is that an idea all about? So basically an opportunity is an idea, but idea is not an opportunity. So you need to look in other way. That is based on what consumers need, what consumers expect. That is exactly with which an opportunity raises, and that opportunity turned to be as an idea. I got it. And customers are willing to sufficiently go on with, even they can put extra money on it and they can purchase it, and likewise. So an opportunity is basically is an idea. That is exactly a new startup. People or the business venture, that means the people who are engaged in business ventures and likewise have to look upon that. So here, when you get an opportunity, you have to convert it an idea which should be connected with all the 5 elements which I have mentioned to you. So a business opportunity usually includes many aspects like customers, like business environment, the way of execution of that opportunity through the marketing plan, through the marketing strategies, and likewise, and can be implemented with the right team. So human resource is an important aspect. Maybe nowadays digital technologies are moving up like anything, and the execution should be well planned in accordance with the business plan you are making. So a business opportunity includes all these aspects, the one which I have mentioned to you. So if you look upon the five roots of opportunity in the marketplace, the five roots connected with the business, if you want to successfully move towards or to get the leverage out of the components, 5 aspects you have to look into. 1, a problem, a strong problem which a customer is feeling. Second, the changes which are happening across. It can be that opportunity can come from the changing laws or changing situations or changing trends, and likewise, you can get that. or any inventions. You know that a lot of software companies are now engaged into many different types of apps, all kinds of innovations connected with the products and services and likewise. And when you look at the competitive advantage, you can plot an opportunity like the price or location or quality or reputation or reliability, speed, or any kind of attributes you're looking into. You can find out a competitive advantage means that yes, there is an opportunity waiting for you, business opportunity that can be converted as an idea. Another is technological advances that I mentioned to you already. The digital advances which are happening nowadays are all leading to different types of startups. These unicorns I have mentioned to you, 100, these are all built up through that kind of technology platforms. So technological advances in the sense that they take it as a laboratory to the marketplace. They prepare or they develop certain kind of products and then move towards the marketplace and likewise. So entrepreneurs the startup people can definitely look at these 5 root of opportunities. This is exactly the 5 roots of opportunity: problems, changes, inventions, competitive advantage, and technological advances. These are the 5 areas with which things are moving on. So if you don't identify a strong problem of customers or a particular market, you won't be able to capture the right business opportunities. At the same time, you need to always have a close watch on the market, the changes which are happening about the laws or situations and trends and likewise. You need to be having a clear-cut idea about it. Then connecting to the inventions, competitive advantage, and technological advances. So all these aspects give you a lot of opportunities, but among which the best is, I'm telling you, the problems of the customers. That only you are trying to solve it, and you want to get a solution, and that solution is exactly converted as opportunity, and that would be a business idea. So there exactly you are building up a business plan. So if where exactly the business plan is rooted upon, it's connected with the product, it connected with the market, it connected with the customers, it connected with the solution, it connected with the problem. All these aspects a business plan should deal with. The story of business, but what business is and what will be, that you are exactly dictating in the plan. So there exactly the business plans opportunities are coming into the picture. So it consists of basically it consists of marketing plan, it consists of what you would say sales process, it consists of the kind of strategic investments or strategic financing. All these aspects are engaged into. Finally, you are telling that this product, if I pitch in the market, definitely it's going to return back this much of amount of profit share, and with all this in a period of this month, this much to this month, it will be covered, the working capital will be cleared, and then coming to the other side of profit and likewise. That you need to talk about that. We call it as the projected earnings. The most important aspect is to convince any kind of angel investors or venture capitalist or anybody. What you have to look at is how you can convince the projected earning connected with the business plan. So a business plan is what exactly you're going to do and what kind of costs involved in it initially, and what is the marketing plan, what is the sales plan. All these things you are exactly talking about, and you're finally telling this much of projected earnings you're going to earn it. So with which you are trying to tell to the banks or the authorities and different loan facilitating organizations and like this is the way it is moving on. All right. Then connecting to this, I have explained to you properly projected earnings and likewise. So here in this case, I would like to illustrate 3 cases where business illustrate different paradigms or different, what you would say, ecosystem. The first one, a business case that illustrates a situation where old market is existing for the product, the old market is there. We startup aim with new solution, old market, but a new solution. So first aspect is market. I told you have to focus on. Second, a business case represent old market where products and services or the business models are established and very, very much known to everybody. Take an example of big companies like AirAsia, like this, that the business model is already existing, so other companies can easily follow by that. So don't have to look at any kind of new business models. But certain type of startups there where the market is developing. So a market is developing, that particular lot of uncertainties will be there. That also giving an ecosystem for you to develop a particular business opportunity. At the same time, all markets existing where startup aim with new solutions. And the last one, all market where. These are the three illustrating cases I'm telling. The products, the services, business models, all these things are existing. What you have to do is you have to pitch your product, and it's like a red ocean. Red ocean means that you have to compete with other products, other competitors. Exactly, the bloody war is happening between your product and their product, and likewise. So entire ocean means that entire market is fully blood covered, means that compete with each other, you snatch little portion of the market share of that people, their customers, and likewise this is the competition going on. So here you have to fight and get it, the last portion. But the blue ocean is exactly the business case illustrates situations where market is developing, so untapped opportunities. So you need to understand that the first case it is blue ocean, and the second case it is full of red ocean. And in between non-market, you have to look on the possibilities of different types. So the three main ways to create a new business, I'm going to tell it like this. It is connecting to market, it is connecting to customers, it is connecting to product. So these three aspects you need to link it to the business model, or we call it a strategy. So what are these three main views of what are the things you need to know? One is the customer is unknown, but the solution is also unknown. This is the first market, which I have explained to you, first case. Second case is the customer is known and the solution is unknown. This is another case. And the third is customer is known to you, but the solution is also known to you in that particular case. This is opposite to the first category. Here you can see that. In this case, the customer is unknown. So it is new market and new solution, and the business model should match a new market and new solution. And your product development should be based on new market and new solution with unidentified customers or identified customers. They are exactly waiting. They are waiting for your product. The second type, customer is known. It's available to you. All the list is available to you. But the problem, solution, what to provide is unknown. So the all market here, it is coming in here, the all market, but the new solution or the business model. The market is all, it is, but the solution is unknown. Many factors, this is exactly, we call it as untapped markets. Within the existing business itself, you're finding opportunities. Within the existing business already have competitors, everything, but what they are exactly not looking upon. Certain things are, customer is known, but certain solutions, certain type of solutions which cannot offer by the companies, that possibilities you are looking upon and you're trying to grab it. And the third one is called customer is known to you and solution is known to you. The all market, all product services and their business. So you look at different types of business models now. All these business models are not same, and you have to look at, or you have to move at very fast to capture the business. So two types of here the probability for innovations coming into the picture. So when you have to look at different types of innovations possible. So where there is a possibility for innovation, take an example here, the customer is known, the solution is unknown. Whether it is a tourism, what a tourist location or a tourist agency, or different types of digital solutions, and likewise can be extended. But you know the customer, they are the tourists, the travelers, and likewise. And the same time, solution which are unknown. That's the thing. So you are giving a kind of how to tap the right hotels, how to tap the right road, the vehicles, the logistics, and likewise how to locate the maximum crowded place and less crowded place. All these things are within that particular business opportunity. You are trying to find out micro level business opportunity, and your solution is unknown to them. So you are exactly making it as a product. So two types of innovations important, very important is one is product innovation or service innovation. And the second one is business model innovation. These are the two which are most important. I'm getting disturbance many times. Please switch off your microphone. Okay, the first one is the product or service innovation. It can be connected with hotel industry, education sector, or entertainment sector. These are all service innovations. You can make it a lot, but the products also possibilities are there. So you have to look at either the product or the service innovation is the first aspect. And the second one is the business model exactly. So when the product changes, when the service innovations happens, you also have to look into different types of business innovations exactly. So here, two types of innovations we are expecting is what you would say, the product and service innovation, and those who are exactly moving towards innovation with high spirit, with the tech, and likewise, I'm telling you, a lot of business opportunities waiting for you to do it. And India is exactly uh, very famous for techies, and likewise, they are bringing up with new apps, and likewise, you can see that it is moving like anything. So this is one of the opportunity. But when you look upon the small and medium scale business model innovations, and that means, take an example, these SMEs are getting more benefit from business model innovations or strategic orientations. And then when you compare with what you would say purely product or service innovation. So business model innovation is most important thing for SMEs in comparison with the product or service. But unlike, that this technological innovation, organizational or marketing innovation did not affect any firm's performance of SMEs. When you consider, it's not going to affect the performance a lot. But product or service innovations create a competitive advantage. Where exactly you get a competitive advantage, there exactly startup performance is coming into the picture. So competitive advantage, when you look upon the theories which are connected with competitive advantage, and like this RBB theory, like resource-based views, where capabilities and the resources are matching up, that will be leading to competitive advantage, and that will be leading to business performance. So when you look upon the startup performance, also it matters. So products or service innovations are very important aspect for any kind of movement to get what you would say startup competitive advantage. But organizational or marketing innovations seems to have a little impact. So whatever the changes you are bringing to the organization, if that is not tally with the service innovation changes or product innovation, you're not going to get much mileage on it. So always remember one thing. In comparison with these two, the most
Sir,
element of document or a strategy outlines how business or organization delivers value to the customers. The most important thing as a startup young professional, you have to engage into the value proposition, focus fully on value proposition. You're going to give a solution. That solution is much varied from the others. How it is done to be as a unique product, or how you're exactly showing them the USPs, unique selling propositions exactly. So the role that a product, that business products or service will play in meeting those needs. This is exactly, we call it as a business model when you talk about it. So it consists of a strategy, it consists of customers, it consists of a target market and the market needs. You are providing a solution to them, and the products which are fine-tuned with that. So a business model should capture all these things, and you need to continuously adjust the business model in accordance with market, value, product, and then kindly connected with the the customers, and likewise. So the variations you need to pull it inside, and you have to get it out. So you have to make that adjustments where the innovation reflects a fundamental change in how company delivers a value its customers. This is the crux of any startup. When you have to look at the startup success, built up this business very quickly, and likewise look at the value proposition in comparison with the other products you are exactly giving to the customers. So with which you can develop the revenue streams. So this is most important aspect. So the best example I can show you here is the Amazon. They started in fast forward 22 years, and likewise bookstore is now a leading cloud computing organization. And the trillion organization achieved its growth being continuously willing to innovate upon its business. Continuously, they are looking upon the business model, changing the business model, produce the product, what you would say, new products in the market, and likewise they are into that only. So because of that, they tend to be the topmost companies in the world. I'm not talking about big companies. They started with small setup, and like from there it has moved towards it. Even video game industry, you look into consideration, they are exactly the people. They continuously into continuous innovations with which they could position continuously into the video game industries and likewise. But when you look upon the difference between these two, a startup and a conventional business, startup will be taking little more time to catch up the business. But I'm telling you, almost in the similar level, you can take your organization to that particular profit opportunities, but it will be in a slow pace initially. Revenue and the kind of income will be very less, but it will be reaching to the later side. So don't expect, as an entrepreneur, don't expect this, what you would say, the change is very fast. And you have to have complete patience. You need to have that the ability to take, what you would say, risk-taking ability, what you say, market orientation, confrontation ability. You need to look at a mean and focus. You need to have an open-ended focus, or what you would say, competitive aggressiveness. All these things you need to have in a personality level. But at the same time, you need to look into what you would say, the nature of the business. It may be taking a little more time to capture them. So here, the problem exactly connected with it is founding of a startup differs from, these are the two differentiation I'm making. So the startup team responsibility, when you look upon that, when you develop a team and likewise, you have to look at that team should focus on the first one, market product fit. Entire team of people working under you. You are a startup owner or a business person, you started a business. So here you have to look into the first aspect is market product fit. The second one is the channel with which you are trying to float your product, channel and the business model fit. And the channel should completely absorb your business models. And the last one is exactly the model, and that means the business model and the market fit. These are the three areas you need to literally focus into. Startup team alignment, all the teams all should be focused on market product fit. The first one is, second one is channel model fit. So distribution channel must be compatible with this, the business models, etc. You need to target such kind of distribution channels which can produce you, we can produce the best of return to your, what you would say, the money you are exactly investing. And the last but not least, that is model, market fit and likewise. So the business model absolutely fit into the product, absolutely fit to the nature of the market, different types of market, which I have explained to you, and the kind of products expected by the customers and the value proposition. This need to clearly focus into that. So when you look upon the startup versus team, this is called a part of startup where we have to focus into human resources a lot. So the team, the people, that also you need to look into. All right. So here, startup versus team market, when you look upon that, there are three types of startup. This is coming into the picture. The first one is when you get, these are all the things you can expect. When a great team meets a lousy market, a great team, even if you have a great team and even the lousy market they meet with, still the market wins. That's the problem exactly. So when a lousy team meets the great market, a lousy team meets the great market, that also time market wins. But always remember, a great team, when they meet with a great market, there exactly you can expect the right opportunity of investment. So team building is an important aspect. So what are the strategies then to pick up the right opportunities? If you ask me from the last around 30, 35 minutes, 40 minutes of my interaction, if you ask me, what do you actually pick the right product opportunities? Most important thing is customer, solution, differentiation, how the product is differentiated from the competitors, and of course, the worth of the product, the value. So these are the four aspects with which the entire right opportunities are coming into the picture. How the opportunities are created. From the opportunities, you have to create the ideas. So people usually nowadays talk about ideation, then coming to open. It's not like that. You need to first of all look at the market, look at the customers, look at the possible solution I can provide, look at the differentiation of the, then how you can pitch into that, and the values, the pricing structure of the product. So these exactly giving you an idea. All right. So the business opportunity will be leading to a particular ideas exactly. So here you need to look at the, first of all, the customer. As I said, you the customer need. Take an example. There is a real pain point that you are solving for, and you want to build it. Take an example. If there is a pain, then you have to build a painkiller, not a vitamin. So the urgency of the customers to get it is the painkiller rather than the vitamin. So there is no urgency for you to build up any vitamin at all. So you need to understand what exactly the solution should be given by you people to the customers. There exactly lies your business. All right. So the second aspect is connected with solution. What solution you are giving? This depends on how much you understand your customers. Ideally, you want to give solution to be a profoundly better in comparison with the competitors. There exactly lies the solution. So the solution-oriented opportunities, connecting that to the ideas, they're exactly the crux of the business growth coming into the picture. So you need to test many hypotheses during the stages of your product development, and likewise. Another aspect is called as differentiation. How the differentiation is happening. You should test how differentiated your solution that will be perceived by your customers, because everywhere the solutions are available, a lot of solutions are available in the market provided by different companies. How your product is making difference, and like there exactly lies the success. And the last but not least, here when you connect with the differentiation, you need to have a story, the unique selling proposition you need to look into. Like if you provide high value, but it is not unique. You're giving high value product, but it is not unique in the market. You don't have so many takers. You don't have so many takers. But if you provide high value, and it is also very unique in the market, I'm sure about it, it is turned to be as a differentiator. High value and it is unique means that in comparison with other. But low customer value, if the product is having low value only, and it is not unique, you are exactly engaged into waste of time. It is connected to a product which is not at all required for the market. But another quadrant is the last one, the low customer value, but it is unique, the low. Then the thing is that who cares if that kind of attitude is coming. So when you look upon the differentiation strategy, when you compare the high customer value or the value and the uniqueness, these are the two things you need to focus into when you have to float a product in the market. So high value and uniqueness is there, you can get the differentiator and you will be gaining the market. All other areas, when you look upon, it's not going to be fruitful for your better business growth. And the last but not least, the value pricing. How much exactly you're looking into the value proposition. So here, the customer evaluate how the customer is evaluating the success. How much does the customer pay for the alternatives? What will the customer pay for your proposed solution? And what could you do to increase the value and willingness to pay? They have to shed out their money from the pocket. This is there exactly the success is lying. So could you be able to capture that or not? Here, these four factors are coming into the picture. The customer and the value proposition and the uniqueness, all these things are coming into the picture. If you cannot have a product, if you don't float a product, that particular product don't have the unique features, which is totally differentiated from the other product, I'm sure about it, you will be one among the many. You won't be able to get the proper market share. But if you make something which is different and which is expected by, all along expected by the customers, there exactly you can win the business proposition or business. It converted as a business opportunity. So when you look upon the 7 stages of the new product, this is the next stage you need to look at it. You need to develop a product which is clearly connected with the market. That's what I was talking about all along. So here in this process, several aspects are coming into the picture. Let us have an idea about it. So here, the first is opportunity identification. From there, you are getting that idea generation, and you will be going towards the idea screening and moving towards the concept development and testing, and then moving to the market strategy and business analysis, the product development, deployment, and finally, you're going to the market and commercialization. This is exactly happening across entire entrepreneurship or startup functioning. So generate the opportunities, convert it as idea, screen it, develop the testing, and likewise moving towards market strategies, business analysis to be done properly. And so here, when you look upon the first idea, that is idea generation stage, and likewise, when you look upon that, as many ideas or the opportunities you need to find out inside the market. This is the first stage. And you need to look into many brainstorming sessions and where customers' problems are getting into. And this is the stage with which lot of opportunities or lot of challenges of customers may be coming into your picture. So you try to evaluate whether these solutions are going to be an opportunity for me or not. So unproven ideas is the first aspect. Second, in that particular context, you emphasize on the customer problems. Personal problems can be, or they're not able to do the business processing or banking process or any kind of what you would say traveling process or any kind of challenges which are faced by these customers. You take into as a problem. So emphasis on the customer's problem and understand the human story related to the challenge. This is most important. You need to get the pulse of the market through the customer's voice. So once you get the customer's voice, you will be able to capture the opportunity very fast. So though these opportunities can be, here we have to look into the approach by Michael Scott and likewise 4U approach. We call it as 4U approach. There are a lot of opportunities coming, lot of ideas will be turned into, but some are unworkable, some are unavoidable, some are very urgent, and some are undeserved. When you look upon these 4U approach of Michael Scott, you can easily understand where exactly you have to plot your ideas or the business opportunity. So if it is unworkable or unavoidable, urgent, and undeserved, 4 categories. Unworkable, which is clearly indicating what? Figure out whether the brainstorm product concepts will address some real issues. Unworkable, workable, or unworkable, we need to look at it. So the product market fit can be achieved or not. This is exactly Michael Scott is looking upon. So another is unavoidable. A lot of changes the problem product will address, unavoidable to the extent that it becomes mandatory. So what we can do here, it is necessary to find out whether the solving that problem is a choice or a compulsion. With the force you are doing, or is a choice from the customers to look into that. If that choice is coming from the customers, definitely you may be able to capture the business. Another is urgent one. Is the problem urgent and is solution highly demanded? There exactly your business opportunities are lying with. And if it is undeserved, means that are there no available products that address the existing user problem? Look for the white space in the market and hold on to the idea that look promising. So the most important thing, you need to look at the space availability. A lot of competitors may be existing, but you have to look on the possibilities of that white space where you can pitch in your business opportunities. There exactly the business surplus will be happening. All right. When you look upon that aspect, the possible solution, you need to connect with problems and solution. When you look upon here, the problem consists of causative factors. Lot of causes are creating, and then all these causes turn to be as your opportunity. All the causative factors, if we can bring down some sort of solution, I'm telling you, this will be leading to a right business opportunity. If the causes are not efficient enough to pitch in, don't get into that particular type of opportunities and likewise. So we need to look at what are the causative factors leading to the effect, and that is leading to the solution. All right, it can be a tech, it can be a retail industry, it can be a gift shop, or anything you take into consideration, particular locality, it can be a hospital or anything you can take into consideration. So the solution you need to look into 2. The one is what to do and how to do. This is exactly coming into the picture. In what to do, strategy is coming and the action plans are coming. But here, the logic of pitching that kind of activities, you need to have proper reasoning behind it. And here it is leading to the rationale of pitching this idea. To meet the rationale, you have to have a plan of action. This is what to do. But this is leading to how to do it. There in innovations, like I told you, service innovations and product innovations are happening. They're excited. So here, creativity, all this matters, intuition, sense. So if you take into consideration, if it is more intuition-based, it's lead to inspiration and insight along. So intuition's always leading to insight, but creativity leading to ideas. So service innovation, product innovation, all these things should be based on your creative proposition. So what you have to do here in this process is that narrow down the problems and solutions, the first one. A lot of challenges, they may be precipitated. The customers maybe through focus group discussions or through the customer interaction, direct interviews, and likewise, or from documentaries and documents, and likewise, you'll be precipitating a lot of issues. And that will be converted into a possible solution. So here you need to look at three aspects: a replication, repurpose, and upgrade. Create a comparison chart. This is most important. Circulate the findings across the organizational structure to come up with a viable problem set. And in case the stakeholders are not convinced regarding the shortlisted idea, then you have to look at replicate, repurpose, and what do you mean by these three? Replicate means that creating a similar product as that of a competitor. You can replicate and that turned to be as a solution. But still in that particular product, you are exactly looking upon minimum viable product, MVPs, and with a minimum resources, minimum capabilities, minimum, what you would say, the cost, and likewise, you are trying to float a particular product. It is called as MVPs. So that MVP should meet the USPs exactly. So how the unique selling propositions are matching up with MVP, there exactly the replication possibilities are coming. If it is repurpose, rewiring an existing, this best example I can tell you is the LinkedIn Learning and LinkedIn. So here they have find out different solution connecting with academics, connecting with training and development profession, and likewise the same LinkedIn platforms they're offering now LinkedIn learning solutions. So you can see repurpose of existing in the professional platform. You are existing in the professional platform, looking upon the jobs, one category, but another category, learning and development possibilities happen or not. There exactly you find out an opportunity and you build up learning, LinkedIn learnings and like. So there exactly, we call it as existing business where you have to find out opportunities. This we call it as blue ocean strategy. So next is narrowing down the problems and solutions. Improved performance, better speed, addressing the challenge that a competitor is facing, introducing added functionalities, and likewise, here you have to upgrade it. So you can replicate, or you can repurpose it, or you can upgrade it. Any of these business opportunities you can move on. So this is, I call it as idea. These are all idea generation stage exactly is coming into the picture. The second stage is coming as idea screening that particular time. Look at the proof of concept. This is most important thing. You need to get the concept is going to impact the business and it is going to give you ROI. Return of assurance is there, return of what you would say ROI is there. So the investments you are making, you will be getting return. So proof of the concept, that concept is literally connected to product fit, market fit, product market fit, customer fit, all this fitness you need to identify. So SWOT analysis is the first aspect. SWOT analysis. I'm getting so much of disturbance exactly, right? So the proof of the concept and SWOT analysis to be taken care.
Please mute yourself so that sir can speak at you.
You need to look at attributes of the organization and the strengths. If it is helpful, attributes of the organization is not, then that is really harmful, the weakness. So the external origin also you need to look into, and the finally the threats. When you have to look upon these SWOT analysis, you would be able to capture whether that product having the right team, having the right technology, having the right resources, having the right capabilities, and can meet the market proposition and the value propositions and likewise. This is this is the second stage exactly. We are focusing into.
Please mute
All right.
yourself. Yeah, please.
This is exactly connected to that. And the third stage, which I have explained to you, is the concept. This is a stage which you prove that there is, you got the proof of the concept. This I have explained to you, the proof of the concept. And SWOT analysis giving you a perfect idea about the product. Of course, you can definitely move towards your next stage, third stage, which is concept development. Here, picking into the idea, and you need to get about user stories and likewise. And here, we are exactly looking upon the value proposition evaluation. How the values can be, that means extra values, you are paying the same amount, but you are getting extra values, but the uniqueness of the features and likewise this comparison that will be leading you to develop a proper concept connected to this is all connected to the development of a product. So idea to then the concept matching and then concept development, then you are moving towards the stage of testing and likewise. So that helps to ensure that technical depths will not be, so you need to, when you have to prepare certain products, technical products and likewise, you need to invest a lot initially. You have to get it from venture capitalists or incubators or grants or loans and likewise, a lot of things you have to pull it. So you won't be feeling a kind of too much of depths when your concept is truly good. So in order to test that, you need to look at the gain-pain ratio. Gain means the benefits of the product the customer is getting. So if the gain is too much, I'm sure about it, you would be able to capture that customer. The pain aspect is called as the efforts to made by the customer to understand or use of the product. So how much pain the customer is going to put an effort, as almost like putting an effort to get the product. The gain and pain matching up with means that, of course, you are in a proposition to get the right concept test possibilities, right concepts connected with the business opportunities. Then next is you have to do a proper competitor analysis. What the competitors lack and scope of improvement of the existing products and space in the market. So if you try to improve certain part of the product, certain features of the product existing, that features are not available, then that kind of concepts can be turned as an opportunity, and that idea will be connected towards that, and you can easily prepare towards that, conducting a competitor analysis. So the third factor is enlisting the major product features. How is it an innovative feature? This is exactly you need to tell. This is called as unique selling proposition. USP is exactly what ways with which, in comparison with other products, your product turned to be a unique one. This we had exactly looking into. So enlisting the major product features is another aspect. Next is create a value proposition chart. You need to look at clearly how the propositions are matching up. The end user need to be given a clear picture what the new product is capable of doing. So in comparison with the existing product, how the values or when a customer spend around 100 rupees, how much they are going to get it, 200 rupees value, they're going to get it back. And the kind of proposition you are matching up, that is exactly the crux with which we are talking about, what you would say, value. But if you look upon the value proposition chart, who are dissatisfied with certain kind of products which are existing in the market, and what our product can in comparison with the others, and what are the things they are providing, and what they unlike. These propositions, when you look upon that, what does it mean to, or answering a BIS question 1, 2, 3. This is exactly, we call it as value proposition chart. Who are you developing the product? Whom for? Defining the problem the users are facing, unique element that distinguishes your product, how it solves the key problems, and how your product is different from already existing alternatives. There exactly lies the answering of many big questions connected with the concept map. So the concept connected with the product not matching up these answers, I'm sure about it, that product is not good enough to move to market. After getting the clarity on this value proposition only, you are supposed to move towards what you would say, testing of this concept. So once the value proposition is ready, you can go for testing. How to do the concept testing? It is through the focus group discussions or any kind of interviews, assessment of all other alternative present to the focus group, then you can look into the possible comments coming from these customers and likewise, and the features they expect and what the product don't have, that all the things you would be able to capture through what you would say product testing exactly. That is concept testing. So we have not coming up to the platform of product development so far. Now still into the stage of concept itself. Always remember, idea generated, idea conceptualized, and it is moving towards the testing aspects now, value proposition connected with. So it can be initial concept. What is the initial reaction to the new concept? How the new and different in this concept, how these are different from the other parts. And the concept appeal indicate that how appealing is the concept compared to other products available. And the last but not the concept's likability. When you look upon this one, this chart, when you built up, in comparison with the responses coming from the market, I'm sure about it, you are in the right track to build up it. You are in the right track to get a feed on that, feel on that. Clearly, that product is really matching up with the customer's requirement or customer's experience. So in this particular stage only, you are supposed to, after doing all these concept development and concept testing only, you are supposed to go towards the next stage where we are exactly making a strategy and analysis. This is exactly. So marketing strategy here also, you can know that a lot of what you would say concepts are available connected with marketing 4 Ps and 7 Ps and 9 Ps. All these things are available to you to move on with this and likewise. So the product, price, promotion, and placement. So the products connected with the design, branding strategy, all these things you can look upon. The pricing strategy, and finally with the promotion strategies, and finalizing how you can locate that. But this is a business analysis we talk about. So here, if you can get the right feel, then you can definitely pitch into the products and likewise. So cost-based pricing, you can look over that, cost plus markup, and then leading to. So this is the way you have to build up the solutions exactly, and moving towards. Take an example, applying a cost plus pricing formula. Product cost, that is equal to technology cost plus development cost and licensing cost. It's also 100 means that markup is 50. So price is 1. So the way you have to fix the pricing also to be taken care of, it's not just for the sake of immediate market penetration and like you made it very low cost and you try to penetrate, it's not going to be succeed. So you need to look at the possible return of investment also. So you look at the price above market, or you can also copy the market price also, or you can get into the price below the market. This is exactly, you need to look at different type of pricing strategies. Now, this is a stage with which the 5th stage is coming, the product development. So new product development starts with a prototype followed by MVPs exactly. So minimum viable product, how it touches, based on that, you have to build up. So the strategy is to build up certain products, which is around what you would say MVPs. So you need to look upon that. After that, you develop. Take an example. I'm giving you one example of a particular software. The product, it helps in visualizing how the product will look and whether it complies with the ergonomics best practices and likewise. So you need to develop the prototype. This particular, till the time you are not touching any kind of product development. So start from the opportunity identification to ideas to conceptualization to testing to strategy to analyze. Then only you are supposed to look at MVP based prototype development and likewise. So minimum viable product, once the design, development and testing are done, the MVP is launched in the market with minimum features. Don't produce all the features, don't integrate all the features, but minimal features which is required. How the response is getting from the market, there exactly lies your success. So if you try to pitch in with a different, all the features which you have, then it's leading to you because all your ideas are going towards the market. So it can easily be captured by the customers and the manufacturers or the people who are looking upon that particular business proposition. They can get the ideas and they can easily probably within short span, they can come with a product which all your features and likewise. So MVP indicate the minimum viable product alone. This is exactly you need to. So here, there are two kinds of approaches coming into the picture when you develop a product. One is agile product development, another is waterfall approach. I would like to show you two types of approach here. The one is in the product development stage. It can be agile product development that focus on incremental and iterative development. Incremental development by looking upon that flawed it and then get the expectations, then integrate that one. It is like it's kind of circular loop, then moving towards, then circular loop, then moving towards accepting the new expectation. All the features will be incorporated, then moving to likewise. This will be much better in comparison with waterfall approach. The design development, all these things are going up. Let me show you this way. A waterfall approach is define the concept, design it, develop it, test it, and deploy it, and the final outcomes. But here it is not like that. An agile product development, it should be focused by startup business people. They have to look at every stage exactly. One stage, the first stage, in the second stage, and the stage research, where complete expectations of the customers can be met up, and it is moving towards the next level, and likewise. And the final products come with many iterations exactly, many incremental, what you would say, incremental add up, and likewise, finally, it is coming. That would be more sophisticated product in comparison with waterfall approach. And the last stage is, the next stage is called as deployment. Last but not least, MVP is ready, efforts to shift from the development, deploying the product in the live environment. This is exactly to be happen. So here you have to commit, you have to build, and you have to look at possible options exactly. First deployment, second deployment, third deployment, and likewise, you have to move towards that. And finally, you look into the commercialization aspects. Up to this stage, you're not talking about too much about the return of investment. All kinds of commercialization is the term that entails varied strategies to ensure the success. That means how you can ensure the product. In this case of commercialization, you can look into several aspects of product. All right, so I hope the things are moving now, right? In between something has come up. All right, second is define the ideal customer for what? Identifying an ideal customer is the first target of you. What is his age, education, occupation, income, financial situations, all these things you need to capture. It's not like you just build up a product and go to market and I'm having a lot of customers. It's not like that. You need to look at the demographic proportion of the customer. Then coming, seeking and buying your product. Benefits. Of all benefits you offer, which are the most important?
Sorry to interrupt. So your slide is not visible right now.
Somebody has technically created the problem. That's what's okay. Let me just go to once again and share it. Okay. Let me come back to this. All right. All right. Now it's hope, I think you are seeing now, right? Is it okay now?
Right? Yes, yeah, it's okay.
Perfect. So the most important aspect is the specific benefits you are going to give to the customers. Means that what are the benefits? You are giving a solution, the one which we are discussing earlier, the solution connected with a product or a service. So what are the most pressing needs of these people, the challenges they are facing, and with this product they can satisfy, there exactly your business opportunity lies with. Why should your customer buy from you rather than others? This also you need to look into. And the fourth aspect is connected is location. Okay, where is your customer located geographically? And where does your customers live or work? And where is your customer when he or she buys your product? We need to understand all these four aspects. One connected with the location, the place also matters when you have to identify the ideal customers. So the fifth one, when your ideal customer buys your products or service, what exactly? So what has to happen in life or work of your customer when they buy your product. What kind of changes you can expect before purchasing the product, what you can see. That means their problems, their challenges, and likewise, after purchasing the product, how you can. This we can visualize as a startup guide. The kind of satisfaction customers are going to get it, definitely you are going to capture the right business opportunity. So you also have to look at the right season, right month, right week, all the things business analysts have to look into. As a startup person, you have to look into. Then determine your customers' buying strategy. What the ways with which they are trying to purchase the product. How does your customer buy the product or a service? How has your customer bought similar products or service in the past? What is your customer buying strategy? Take an example. Are they going, they look at it, they touch it, they smell it, but they don't purchase this. They go directly or they're purchasing it. So we need to understand the sentiment analysis of the people, how they are exactly capturing the product, how they are getting into and what is satisfying mode of purchasing certain kind of product, and likewise you need to look at the consumer behavior. So how does customer go about making a buying decisions, buyers decisions, and this one you need to look into. So in these aspects you are exactly fetching towards smart strategies to gain your customers exactly. Okay, the first a few very quick one I've got, because my major portion is connected with what you would say the finance and sales. So when you look upon this one, I'm very quickly cooking up, that means moving towards the strategies. You can have a list and look at the list of prospects and could put business they are interacted, and somehow that means homework online, or you can have a list. First of all, make a list. Look for any kind of referrals coming from anywhere with which you can have an interaction with them, friends or connections or spouse or anything. Work your network. This is most important thing. If you want to really work on your business opportunities, you have to have a good network. Focus on sharing how you can help others or challenges or any kind of things. If you want to get it, you need to get this network. At the same time, you also have to get business owners network also. If it is B2B and likewise, specifically, you need to get business network and you need to connect with such kind of businesses. What are the challenges they are facing? You need to get it. Sometimes you have to show it off what exactly you have. So the best option is to go for trade shows and likewise, where you can participate and you can get into the customers issues and challenges, and just make sure you are ready to deliver when a customer places, and likewise, this is the only thing. You can go for trade show. Attend industry events. Many industry events are happening. So that particular time, certain products are coming. You'll be getting an idea about it. These kind of products are existing in market. This is too costly. How I can reduce the cost, how I can reach to the MVPs and sell another product, and likewise, you can little bit capture that particular business opportunity. So this is another, attend industry events and likewise. Team up with other business owners. This is another strategy you can build up through identifying the customers. That means another entrepreneurs whose products or services are complementary to you. So take an example, the raw materials, all these things are connected with, and likewise, we call it as there are two types of integration strategies, are horizontal integration and vertical integration. You can see that. So, or else forward integration and backward integration, and likewise. So when you apply these strategies and likewise, you can get a different stakeholders connected with that, and you can pull them towards your product opportunities and likewise. So if you're starting a pool cleaning business, for example, see if a local lawn care companies know of any clients whose pools are looking shabby and ask for referral. These kind of things are happening. Build an online presence. This is most important thing nowadays. You need to have an idea about all search engine SEO, search engine optimization platforms, and likewise, you need to look into that. This is the way it is moving on. So SEOs can make better digital marketing decisions, and likewise, so follow these kind of online presence, spread the word on social, starting up your social media accounts and advertising to target. If you want to reach mass, and likewise, the best option nowadays is social media, where technology is penetrating. If technology is not penetrating too much, you cannot have this platform. But where your product are reaching to mass, where the technology-driven communities existing, they are exactly having an awareness about the products and all kinds of things from these kind of technologies or platforms, there only it is going to work out. Otherwise, it's not. So this decide your sales strategy. So when you look upon the sales strategy and likewise, a winning sales strategy has 8 key elements. I'm not going to explain it too much, But sales, all the marketing, all these kind of efforts should lead to proper marketing sales strategy. There should be a canvas. You need to know about what are your sales objectives, what are your target market, what are your products exactly, what's your competitive advantage, and what is the route with which you are trying to sell the product, and the selling process, resources and skills, and sales management. These are exactly called as 8 strategic elements of sales. If take an example, as a startup person, you need to look at start from business opportunity, idea creation, concept development, concept testing, prototype development, all these things, you need to know it exactly. It's not like somebody else will be supporting. Many times, as a business owner, you have to take this responsibility. So as an entrepreneur, young entrepreneur, as a startup professional, you need to know about this sales strategy. What are these sales strategy canvas then? I'm not going to explain too much because of the time limit, because I have to go to the finance strategy. But here you need to look at here the sales of what for exactly it is existing, new versus repeat or something. Who is it? Where exactly my customer is standing, waiting for my product? What products exactly I'm selling, what are the portfolios, and competitive advantage, how I'm getting, inspiring people to write or improving literacy and delivered by teachers, some sort of competitive advantage you are exactly giving to the customers through the product, and what routes exactly you are going to float it, that is website, social medias or anything. Sales management, monthly sales meetings or any kind of things you need to plan well, weekly, initial level, and likewise daily, then weekly, then fortnightly, likewise you have to plan it very well. Then resource allocations, how many employees you are allocating, how much money, how much product development, what do you say, prototyping, and likewise you need to. And finally, the selling and this is the process exactly connected with. So you need to have specific measurement results, and likewise you need to have target markets, who in fact will buy your products, target customer group, profile of the typical customers. This target, you need to have an idea about clear-cut target market and the products you are serving exactly. Who are the people they are going to get your products, and key questions you are going to answer. What are the unique features you are going to sell it out, and what are the competitive advantage, which I have explained to you. How are your company's product better and cheaper? How are you different? Why should I choose your product? What is in it for me as a customer? What is in it for the? So this kind of questions, if you ask continuously, you can think of, okay, my product is in the stage of good, what you would say, high competitive advantage level. Route to market is next aspect. How do you reach and sell your customer? Will this be direct or indirect? If you're going to direct route, this will be via fields-based sales teams, and likewise emails, telecalls, telesales, and likewise employing a sales team is common, and you need to look on resources for this sales team, and likewise you need to look upon, and these kind of strategies can be built up. Telesales can be effective business to business, and likewise, so you need to look on the possibility what kind of, is it a B2C or B2G or B2B? So what can, so many times B2G and B2B, where telesales can be happen too much, but people are practicing these telesales for these small, take an example, credit cards, and likewise you can see that even B2C also they are making use of. So that is not a truly approachable pattern of what you would say strategy for this kind of marketing or sales. So you need to look at the route to market, and finally the selling process, prospecting. The two kinds of aspects happening. One is prospecting, another is presenting. Prospecting indicate generating the leads, approaching and presenting and closing down. But presenting indicate what exactly? Sales value proposition, you have to present it. So the selling process touches two aspects, like the presenting the value proposition and getting the leads through which you are trying to show it out. These are the things happening. And resource, this I have explained to you, not too much connecting to that. Sales management, finally, target sales and teams and individual, all these things together, how they're exactly getting the right performance of the sales. It can be daily volume, or else if it is truly in the initial stages, go with the management quota. You will have to look on the sales volume which are happening in the beginning, every week or every days, and now going towards every month and bi-monthly, and likewise you can look upon that. So now this is the most important aspect. Next 5 minutes I'm going to explain to you very fast. If you want to really focus on your growth towards better business, and likewise you have to look upon startup financing. Here it can be two categories. One category is dilutive, Another is non-dilutive. There are two kinds of, means that your ownership is diluted or your ownership is not diluted. Likewise, you have to think of as a startup business person. So here, what is the difference between in financing, these kind of things, ownership based, you have to look upon these two terms are connected with ownership terms, dilutive or non-dilutive. Dilutive funding is a type of funding that requires you to give a portion of your company. This is in the form of venture capitalists or investors. These financing options requires the participation of the investors for the company to be successful. So these are often hands-off relationship with the venture capitalists, actively participating in operations at a high level. So you dilute your funding options means that some other people getting into the platform of your company. So in non-diluting financing, owners get to keep complete control of that vision, their vision, the concept, any kind of things connected with that startup, everything belongs to them. So many times when you involve the venture capitalists or investors into the picture, that particular time they will ask, okay, they will sometimes the investors, they give you the money. After that, tell, give us the first product, and likewise, we'll facilitate your speedy floating of this product in the market, and likewise. So that kind of people are they're investors. These people, they try to get some sort of shares and some proportion of it, and likewise. So different types of funding possible. So if you're looking upon the funding, seed funding is the first aspect. So it's an early investment, help fledgling companies develop products, research target markets, start building a user base. Funding options include bootstrapping. You can get into friends and families or angel investors or crowdfunding, all is possible. This is almost, you can see over there. But when you go to friends and family, the warning, don't ask anyone to lend you money that can afford to lose. Don't take that much of money, then of course this is going to be a big problem. So, and make it legal. And anything you purchase, make it legal. So everyone knows exactly what they are in for. And will you owe interest? Do they want equity? When they do, all the things should be clear. When you even take from the families also, how much you can get it back. So crowdfunding is there. This is exactly happening. Exchange the money through the online platforms, and likewise, a number of platforms that will allow you to raise funds. So take an example, these Kickstarters allow the companies to raise funds without having to pay for the platform or provide the rewards and like. So it can be equity crowdfunding also is a type of crowdfunding that allows backers to own a portion of the company. They take a little portion of the company. So different platforms, public platforms are available to get you fund to start the business. Now crowdfunding is happening a lot. So here the traditional crowdfunding are also there, equity crowdfunding also there. So the warning, you need to look at it. Don't get swept in success stories. Unlike the Pebble Watch, most companies do not make 500x their fundraising goals, and because preparing and executing a campaign takes months, and that's what. So the people who are exactly investing in you, either through crowdfunding or any, they are little impatient people to see your maturity of this conceptualization of the product. So they may not have that much of patience to wait for it. So equity funding, you need a lawyer also here. There are a lot of regulations and legalities connected with equity crowdfunding also. You need to be well aware about before you go it. Second, you can take loans coming from business associations or any kind of banks. Loans, micro loans are very much this. You can go for banks or any kind of micro lenders and like this, but the risk factor is so high connected with the bank loans and likewise. So you should be very careful on that. You can traditional lenders and bank loans, these are available. The grants, this is very safest one exactly to help. That means you don't have to repay it, but not required to repay it. But this is the most, what you would say, safe one that you can approach. A lot of funding options are available. Grants are available from Government of India, and different options are available. So they can, even industry people can definitely look on if your product is quite good enough to get designs, and likewise it is acceptable to the industry, they will definitely provide you some sponsorships, and like this is very good. So Series A funding, which include credit cards, little time business credit cards, and all these things you can use. Investors you can use angel investors. These accredited investors back companies in exchange for convertible bonds and ownership equity. This is the difference. So you can also approach angel investors for money. You can also look at possible incubators. So like you don't have to spend for the office space, mailboxes, phones, conferences rooms. So we used to, when I was in Indonesia, we have seen that a building completely has been allocated for entrepreneurship and startups. So a lot of IT tech designs companies were there. And one or two receptionists have been provided telephones, mailboxes, and they connect with the investors. So incubators is another option available. Series B funding, which include venture capital. This I have mentioned to you now. Don't want to go very deep. So here the warning is that if they have stake, they will want a say, means that they want to add a member of their own team to your upper management or approve any major business decisions you make. This is exactly coming the warning when you put into venture capitalist and likewise. So you need to be very careful on bringing you a stranger into, as a venture capitalist stranger into your team, and like this, you should be very careful. So business growth strategies like with market penetration, I'm just compiling, that means concluding my entire session. One is connected with market penetration, market development, product improvement, product development, revenue optimization, cost optimization, and inorganic growth. This is the way you have to move your business towards. And the 6 factors for competitive advantage, which decide is quality, the price, the location, the selection of the concepts and opportunities, the service, and speed and turnaround. So these are the 6 factors with which you are getting a kind of competitive options and unique selling proportion. This connected with your business growth and likewise. So what should be in an investor's pitch deck? If you ask me, you have to show a particular product to the investor. What are the things you can show? In maximum it can be 10 slides or 8 to 10 slides. You have to show your entire business plan. And this is called as pitch deck. And investor pitch deck is connected with these aspects. You need to connect with the vision. You need to connect with the solution. You need to connect with the team. If you start with here onwards, you can see here, likewise, it is moving on. All right. So you have to communicate the vision, and there is a problem that to be settled through a solution. And you need to show that solution through a demo and the team of people who are going to work for you, and how you're going to measure the success stories, traction, and the movement of the product. And for that, you need to have a perfect business model. And the model should connect it with the competitive, what you would say, strategies you are exactly making to product, fine-tuned with the market and acceptance and likewise, and what opportunity you are touching, and finally, how you do the financing. So all these aspects, we call it as specifically pitch deck building blocks. So when you have to put an idea that can facilitate a business growth and likewise, here you have to look at the pitch deck. So this is all about today's short session connected with what you would say, how to build up your business very quickly and likewise. This is the way you have to catch up with your every proposal, starting from the conceptualization stage to the investment stage and the pricing stage, and connecting that to the competitive advantage stage. And that's all for you today, connecting my topic. And I hope you would be able to capture this content properly, and will be getting an idea about it. I think, okay, I'm just open this platform for your any kind of questions, and likewise, if possible, I can definitely answer.
Now the participants, there were many of them who were raising hands in between. I request all of you to please unmute yourself one by one and ask questions. Council.
Hello, sir.
Hello, Abhishek.
Yeah, I'm audible, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, you're audible. You can ask questions.
Okay. So thank you so much for giving me the opportunity, ma'am. Actually, sir, I have one question. Actually,
Yeah.
sir, right now I'm working for an FFPO. So
Okay.
I have to made a business plan for that. That is in fisheries companies. It is in a startup. So if I want to make a business plan for that, so what we have to take into consideration so that the fisheries production house should be in a because it is necessary in a initial state. So what the factor we should take into consideration so
Abhishek,
that
can you turn on your video and can ask the question? So
Sure,
it
sure,
would be,
sure.
it would look good actually.
Okay,
It's
ma'am.
okay. The thing is that your product is connected. How many products you are targeting? Is it only single product or multiple products?
Sir, actually, I just want to elaborate the things. In right currently, I'm in Gujarat. There are
Okay.
fishermen who are residing nearby coastal areas. So basically, there is an FPO where I am right now. I'm working for as a making a business plan for that. So basically, the fishermen just go to the market and sell to their fisheries product to the intermediaries. So they
Okay.
won't get proper money for that.
Okay.
So I just want to know, sir, what are the strategies that should be made so that they can earn the money, and other factor is that they do not make any byproduct of that fish product.
The question here in this, you may be remembering the slides I have shown you, the 3 cases of startup market.
Yes, sir.
You know that, you know the customer is known to you, correct? And the
Exactly.
solution is known to you, correct? This indicates that this market is not a new market. It's an old market. The things you are looking upon is a new business solution or a new business model. You want to eliminate the intermediaries and you have to move towards directly to the customers. So here also you are looking on B2C or B2B.
Sir, we are looking B2C.
B2C itself, then how you can eliminate. This is the strategy where the customers are facing problem. They are connected with intermediaries. If they are not, if they don't have any problem with the intermediaries to get the products, and likewise, then there is no requirement of this kind of what you would say direct connection to the customer. But if you want to eliminate these intermediaries, directly connected to customers, and likewise, what are the pain points and what are the gain points?
Sir, the main problem is what I see. Just have a visit with this fishermen of like Gujarat. In basic, most of the people that residing in coastal area faces due to various lack of like educations and various opportunity they are facing. So one of the major reason is that they are facing the major issues.
The thing is that what are the challenges exactly these your direct customers are facing, and that challenges to be noted down, and based on that challenges exactly you have to come up with a business solution. So when you talk to customers, and likewise you may be getting, take an example, if the intermediaries with which they are totally satisfied with, there is no requirement of a kind of opportunity or idea for that. Instead of that, they would like to directly connect to you and to get available. So what are the comfort zones you can give it to that particular product, connecting directly to there exactly we need to pitch into. So all the elimination of those, what you would say, the challenges connected with that customers, that to be your selling point, USPs to be built up based on that challenges. If the challenges are clearly meeting up, definitely they will be accepting your product more.
Sir, thank you so much, sir. In one more question, sir. I just want to know, sir, for making any business plan, sir, for making any kind of budget, sir, what the main factor that should be taken into consideration to making I suppose I don't know what is the market price and how we can just make an financial budget for the business model.
Business, the most important thing is into the business model. When you have to pitch the business model, and likewise the 5 to 6 elements I have clearly mentioned to you. Remembering that. Yes. when you have to pitch, you need to know your market very clearly. You need to know your customers very clearly, and the challenges faced by the customers, then connecting with the product. But the most important aspect any pitch deck is looking upon is the value proposition. How much value proposition you are going to enhance. And take an example, so many you like, I don't know whether you like many people are existing in the market, or only you as the first, what you would say, the first person thinking about these aspects, and you are coming up with a model, and likewise, right? So this depends upon a different type of strategy. In the business plan, and likewise, you need to look at how you're going to basically target on MVPs, minimum viable product options, and likewise, or service options, and likewise. So there exactly you need to catch up, and how you're going to build up that MVP based business model. There exactly the crux of what you would say crossing across the investors and likewise. So within the 10 slides of this what you say pitch deck, and let they come to know that this is an achievable service provision or not, because the investments that you are going to make it, and you're going to get it in a period maybe by 2 months, 3 months, 1 year, and likewise that proportion with which they will be. So the business plan, which usually consists of start from the what do you say idea, the concepts, where exactly first of all you pitch the challenges to the solution and to the option, service, or product you are exactly building up, and the proposed customers waiting for you to get it, and then coming down to the finance, how you're going to pull it in the initial level, and likewise. This is the way with which you have to pitch a particular plan, business plan, and likewise. But most important thing, you are investing, you need to show the clear-cut return of investment down the line, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, 10 months, and likewise you need to show it, or else the investors and the venture capitalists, they won't be ready to invest on you.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, Abhishek.
Thank you so much.
In general, I'm not talking very specific. It required a lot of inputs. If I'm getting that input, definitely I can pitch you to the right strategies.
Okay, sir. Fine, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else who wants to ask questions to sir? Have any queries?
Any questions?
Any questions, please?
Parna, raise your hand once. Are you there?
A complete silence.
Miss Varna, you do have any question? You can ask, sir.
Sanjeev, from Chi, do you have any question? During the talk, there were two were raising their hands, but now I think.
Sanjeev Kumar from Shield, do you have any questions to sir regarding your product, how to market it?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
You can ask. Start asking. Unmute yourself to ask.
Good morning.
My name is Omar Adam from Nigeria.
Okay.
So
Umar,
my
okay.
Sir, please
Quiz.
turn on your video and please ask. It would be great.
my question is that it's possible you have like an idea, and the solution is for like the tech giant company. It's something the tech giant company do, but part of their activities is something that is missing. So it's an idea. So you talked about opportunity and idea, but this tech company, they have huge resources to put that in place. So what do you do like as a startup?
This is not a startup. You're trying to acquire a big company, correct?
You're not
You-
acquiring, you're trying to like create a product that the big company can acquire from you directly.
First of all, the most important aspect is what the company is looking upon from you. This is the first thing. So they look upon designs, first of all. What kind of designs? If that kind of products are available, the company has product or different types, line of products available. But what kind of differentiated product? Most important thing, differentiated product which you can supply to the company in comparison with the existing product of that company. How the differentiation is going to happen, the uniqueness connected with it. Very high, definitely they will be acquiring you. Otherwise, you cannot differentiate the already existing their product and your product and likewise. So when you have to present your designs to the companies and likewise, you need to clearly show that these are the product of your company and these are the product lines which doesn't have these many features and these many characteristics and likewise. And in order to integrate that kind of unique features, this is the design available. So these kind of discussions, if you that means make with the company people, definitely they will be looking upon that. So most important factor here, it is differentiation of the products. I shown you, you may be remembering that one slide I have shown you about innovation and the kind of differentiation, and likewise I have shown you that you may be remembering that high customer value and uniqueness. So when you connect with high customer value and uniqueness of the product, definitely they are going to capture you. But if your value proposition is very less in comparison with the existing product supplied by this company, so the uniqueness is not there at all. So here the waste of time is happening. They won't be accepting you and nobody cares your product. So the right framework for picking winning features is high value proposition and uniqueness. This only can work out with customers' challenges and likewise.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Ma.
Anyone else who wants to ask sir a question? Yes, Mr. Sailesh Shaw, you want to ask something to sir?
Yes, sir. I am Shailesh.
Please turn on your video and please.
Shailesh Kumar. Yes.
Sir, he
Yes,
is one of our
Shailesh.
executive of ACIC IIT ISM Foundation.
Okay.
Yes, sir. I am not very convenient in this language. Can I speak in Hindi?
Yeah, you can. I can easily understand, no problem.
सर मेरे पास इनोवेटिव प्रोडक्ट है, इलेक्ट्रिकल एक्सेसरीज से रिलेटेड सारा प्रोडक्ट है और मैंने नाइजीरिया पे काफी करीब 1.5-2 सालों से रिसर्च किया है. वहाँ पे अलावा इंटरनेशनल मार्केट भी है और वो प्रोडक्ट वहाँ पे मैंने बाया फेसबुक और बाया व्हाट्सएप के थ्रू मैंने वहाँ पे सर्च भी किया और लोग को दिखाया भी, तो उनको काफी पसंद आया और वो वहाँ डिमांडेड भी है. बट मैं उनको वहाँ पे सेंड नहीं कर पा रहा हूँ और अभी तक जो है मेरा प्रोडक्ट अब जाके डेवलप हुआ है. एक कंपनी के रूप में मैंने इसको डेवलप किया और कई प्रोडक्ट को जो है हमने स्टैंड किया है और मेरा प्रोडक्ट जो है वो 10 टाइम चीपर है वहाँ के रेट से.
Okay, so it means that how you, first of all, you identify a market in Nigeria, correct? The first thing.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Second, the product is a product value existing in the market, but you are selling that product in a cheapest mode. Of course, you will be getting customers. So market is okay, the product is okay, and customers are ready. Ideal customers are available for you. Now, value proposition also match up. Maybe your only problem I'm seeing is the distribution channel.
Yes, sir.
Exactly, this is the problem is only connected with the distribution channel and little bit effort on marketing. Sales, the marketing and distribution channel is only a few issues which I'm seeing in you. But if you can catch up with the kind of distributor, it's very difficult to get the existing channel distributors, or they will convert from these products, the existing products, to your customers and likewise. You need to really work on the distributors over here. And at the same time, the provision of getting some storage house and likewise the products and likewise, you need to get it over here. And most important thing, where these products are selling in Nigeria. This is also, you need to take an example. It is in Lagos, it is in what you would say Abuja, or it is in Kaduna, or different, where exactly these products are selling. You need to understand the locations where it is selling. There, the distributors should catch up very fast, and that networking only with which you can, what you would say, get the product in Nigeria and likewise. But if that opportunity is existing, I'm sure about it. Little exploration can build up this business like anything in Nigeria. I'm telling you, a lot of business opportunities are existing in Nigeria, and people are really look upon what you say cost-friendly products and likewise. They may move very fast. They may switch over to the high-value product to moderate and Even I can tell you, last day when I was going, when I visited in ShopRite here in big retail mall, the milk which is going to sell out, that the expiry is going to finish by next 20 days or 20 days itself. People are ready to, and they're reduced to 500 naira, reduced it, but people are ready to take it till up to. So most important thing here in this country, like demography, if you reduce the cost and almost similar, I'm not telling extra quality or something, almost similar product you will be getting, but catch up with the distributing network. You need to get a proper distributed channel, then that channel only can work out, because your production is now happening. So that can be communicated to, and then finally connected with the supply chain. So if supply chain comes only when your distribution channel is very clear here in the market. So please try to identify a strong. Yeah.
Sir, but I don't know the very well export and knowledge and सर इस बारे में मुझे जो है बहुत ज्यादा जानकारी नहीं है एक्सपोर्ट में।
अच्छा,
और
अच्छा।
मैंने इस पे ट्रेनिंग भी लिया है और ट्रेनिंग लेने के बाद भी बट वो एक्सक्यूट नहीं हो पाया है।
अच्छा। तो एक ऑप्शन इज, आपको कोई कंसल्टेंट के बारे में पता है क्या? तो इनसे पूछना चाहिए डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर चैनल्स के बारे में नाइजीरिया में। मैं अभी भी 1 महीने से इधर आया हूँ, लेकिन ज्यादातर पता नहीं। लेकिन आई एम टेलिंग यू वन थिंग, दैट amazing opportunity for any kind of products you can see over here in Nigeria if it is cost effective. तो मैंने यही कहूंगा कि कंसल्टेंट्स को कनेक्ट करके कुछ ना कुछ what you would say डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर नेटवर्क को कनेक्ट करना पड़ेगा, फिर उसके बाद ही सप्लाई चेन को देखना पड़ेगा। Yes, Sailesh.
सर मैं
Any other questions?
सर मैं सुन नहीं पा रहा हूँ।
Hello.
Sailesh, do you have any other questions? You can ask, sir. Yes.
One thing I can tell you, Sailesh, here the political connectivity is very high. So you need to connect with if you're connecting with.
Yeah.
The thing is that if you're well connected to the leaders, the government leaders, and likewise the distributor channel, and likewise, these are the two people can create the opinion about your product, and likewise. So if you can identify the opinion leaders and distribution network, and likewise, the channel will be very clear and your product can easily move on. The most important aspect is get the distribution network over here.
I don't know if he's willing, we can work out something together since I'm here in Nigeria, if possible.
Okay, you can connect with Umar. Umar is from my university itself. Please connect with Umar Adam, and he can definitely connect you. And if the Nigerian community is getting a product almost same quality with a lesser cost, these are the channels with which we can build up. Please try to connect with Umar Adam. He is already there. You can give the email ID. They can connect with you the distribution channels.
Anyone else who wants to ask questions to sir?
Okay, thank you so much, sir, for sparing your valuable time with us.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Camelia. And God bless you. Stay blessed, everybody.
There is
you,
Dr. Akansha, who is the manager innovation here, and I am Camelia Chaudhary, manager planning and operation of ACICI IIT Foundation. And sir, we would actually request everyone to turn on their camera so that we can take a picture with a smiling face of everyone.
Sir, I have one question.
Sir, somebody has a question. Yes.
Ma'am.
Hello.
Sanjeet Kumar, you have a question.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Sanjeet.
Please do ask.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
I have a question that what are the key features to find the like-minded people to bring in a startup? Because as we see that we are very, there is very problem to find a like-minded people. And so I want to know what is the key features to select a like-minded people in a short span of time.
The like-minded people, it's a very, very generic term, but connected to the startup and likewise, those who can support you. Those who can support you are exactly the like-minded people. Conversion of the business. They are also looking upon the conversion of the business through you. So basically, if you look upon the team that you are trying to build up, so you need to get which product you are exactly going to sell it. So you can have a team of people, those who can contribute in your management, those who can contribute in your what you would say transactions, those who can contribute to identify the customers, to those who can contribute to develop some sort of sales strategies, or that people who have a stake on your product or your business conversion. That people only to be built in your circle of people. Take an example, those who can invest you. It can be a venture capitalist, it can be an investor, it can be a person who can give you the incubator, it can be the people who exactly talk to you about the challenges of the customers, it can be about who can build up a consultant who can provide you the strategies connected with the marketing. So that kind of people, if you're circling around, your startup will be okay. But if all generic people are coming to a circle of people, they cannot contribute, they'll just waste your time and you won't be able to contribute you back.
Yes, sir.
So finance, marketing, sales, HR, or IT, technology, and connected with, that means conceptualization of your ideas and likewise. And these kind of people are nearby you, then it will be more effective to convert the business. Yes, Sanjay.
Sir, one more thing is that I'm also asking to know that I want to build a core team which can be with me for a long time. Means for 4 to 5 years they can give their time in my startup. So I'm also asking that how I can make a core team, graceful core team which can help me to build the startup.
Usually it will be the mentors you are getting. You'll be getting a lot of mentors, those who are already into the business for a long period. They're exactly guiding you in every realm of your what you would say movement. So the very aged people, they are exactly, I'm not telling that aged and likewise, but those who are well experienced people are there. They can really contribute to you. So that people, we are not sure about it, how long they're going to stay with you, but initial days and likewise, when you build up a startup propositions and likewise, they can be with you. But a later stage, when you take it, there are two possibilities. Are when your business can get into trouble, or business can get into mediocre level, or business can move to very, very good level. So depends upon that, the nature of people, they're going to be with you, maybe very limited only. So when you have to look upon the strong, if they have a strong stake in your ideas, strong stake on your concept development, concept testing, and likewise. So strong stake on your conversion of the business, such kind of people. So the people who are investing in you definitely will be with you till up to the end of your conversion. All right. The people who are exactly working towards a product development stage, a product materialization stage, they'll be there continuously till up to the end of. So we need to look at such kind of special people, speciality, or what you would say, special knowledge people, that if they are circling around you, they will stay back with you till up to 5 years or 4 years duration, till up to the conversion of the business and likewise. Other than that, I'm not sure about it. They would be able to support in your journey.
Thank you. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, Sanjay.
Anyone else who wants to ask any question?
Any questions?
Any questions? So I would like to request everybody to turn on their camera so that we can have a happy face photographs of all the participants. Please turn on, everybody. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for your talks.
Thank you,
Thank you very
Camelia.
much for your time, because it's 6:30 over there at your place, and we are here with.
Thank you so much. I've taken a little more time.
Yeah, no, sir. Thank you,
It's-
sir. Thank you.
Please switch on your camera.
Please, everyone. Please, all of you, it's requested to switch on your camera. Those who have not switched it on, please. Thank you, sir. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Have a
Thank
great
you.
day. Take care. Bye-bye.
Same to you. Thank you, sir. Bye, sir.
Best wishes. Bye-bye.